Gucci, our #1 qualifier, 2JZ, Ready Racing, Silent Racing, FRS on Hankook tires, Matt Field now in that CX Racing, so now you can see how slick it is as on that initiation. Now this should be pretty dicey, pretty hairy here. Let's see how they go, initiated into that first corner. Ken Gucci into that first outside clipping zone. Gucci taps the wall, Field goes off and spins out.
Gucci needs to hang on.
Say that again?
I said Gucci's got to hang on to it because even with Matt spinning, Gucci still has to make it all the way around the course here.
Right on. I thought there was some sort of flag or anything, but as you can see, the speeds are a lot slower, but maintaining the angle, maintaining the slip, maintaining, keeping it out there and not spinning out and rotating as Ken Gucci gets it there. You can see actually as the water accumulates, that's going to affect the drivers right there in that fold of the course, or better yet, known as. All right, remember you have those yellow lines, don't impede on that. That's also going to be a game changer. Ken Gucci can. Matt Field dances with a little bit. Now Ken Gucci playing it safe. Matt Field pouring it on. Man, good job by Field out front. Coming into the water. Now here comes Field into that second rear clipping zone. Ken Gucci closing the door with that proximity. Field crawling through that turn. Little Shamu water show there. Slow motion transfer from Matt Field out front, the CX Racing S14 or S14.5. Oh, and Field spins. Gucci comes to a halt. It's going to slide right for Ken Gucci, and it does. The Goosh, Ken Gucci, lives to see another day as Matt Field is knocked out. The Goosh, Ken Gucci advances on. Ryan Turk going to the initiation point. Daigo Saito drops in. Ryan Turk, Daigo. Wheel to wheel, door to door, coming down into the bank. Daigo Saito coming off the bank fairly early. Daigo now, oh, look at that. Nice technique there. He might dive in, but no, he keeps his composure. Great job by Daigo Saito. It looked like he was going to be beyond the nose of Turk's car, crawling. That seems to be a point of contention there, that far side of the track. Ryan Turk with very shallow angle, but now comes into that last outside clipping zone. Daigo Saito right there on the door of Ryan Turk. Man. Daigo Saito in this GTR, it's a unique car, so to really know that car and to feel comfortable chasing him down, you want to see how the car reacts. There's not a lot of track time with that GTR. Turk seems to be doing a good job so far, as does Daigo Saito. Great degree of angle around that first front clipping point, now coming to that second rear clipping zone. Ryan Turk and Daigo, this is right here is where they scrub a lot of speed, a little bit of wavering there. Look at these guys, they're working the pedals inside. There's some separation here, but both those guys, again, a straight line approach to that final clipping zone. Oh man, look at this, Ryan Turk bringing it on home. As here we go, Saito and Turk, and look at that, Andy says Saito, Brian and Ryan say, one more time, and Ryan says, one more time. S chassis, Pat Gooden from Florida, Forrest Wang, originally from Hawaii, now in Las Vegas, here we go. Pat Gooden throws it in. Look at Pat Gooden on the wall. Now how's he going to fare coming down to the flat portion of the track? This is where some drivers are having some difficulty, as you can see, slowing down. Pat Gooden locking them up quite a bit, getting the wheel speed up, allowing Forrest Wang to get that proximity. Look at these guys banging away. Forrest Wang, you can hear him just clutch kicking these things. As Pat Gooden into that final rear clipping zone. Getting into the crease, dragging bumper, and Pat Gooden.
So close.
Here we go, pulling away from the start. Clean start for both these guys. Yellow line's not crossed. We got a clean start. And of course the bank is dry because the water obviously goes down, and now is where the water accumulates. With two spins, obviously double zeros, Forrest Wang not spinning on the first run and really just sealing the deal. If Forrest Wang finishes out this run, that will mean that Forrest Wang will advance into the Grade 8. Seems that Forrest Wang will navigate it properly and bring it on home. So very obvious. Slide him left for car 808. There it is. Forrest Wang gets the win. Forrest Wang gets the win. Here comes Kenny Mullen. Both of them sliding down a little bit. And quickly, Dean Carney gets into it. Kenny Mullen, nice on the bank, dragging the bumper. Oh, a big correction. Kenny Mullen does get affected by the wall. And as quickly as it begins, it ends for Kenny Mullen. He'll finish out the course. But Ryan, you're talking to the judges over there?
Yeah, I just wanted to confirm. I mean, it was obviously an opposite drift, so that's a zero for Kenny Moen. I mean, at that time, the run is basically stopped once the lead car zeros. There's no need to continue the pass. The guys are doing it.
And here we go. Dean Carney throws it in. Kenny Moen gets close as Dean Carney. Now look at this. Kenny Moen knows he needs to apply some pressure, potentially making Dean Carney mess up or make a mistake. Right now, Dean is looking strong, looking solid, looking confident in that Dodge Viper. One more clipping zone to go, and Dean Carney will be seeing grade 8. As Dean Carney, Oracle lighting, Dodge Viper on the Keeleys. Both these guys on the Keeleys radials. With Dean Carney finishing that out. That slide him left for him. 1, 2, and 3. Dean Carney gets the win, taking out Kenny Moen. Here we go. Ryan Turk will lead. Daigo Saito give a chase. Look at that. A lot of, you're seeing more smoke. Definitely drying up on the bank, but it's still wet down here on the bottom. How are they transitioning down? Going through the puddle. Look at Daigo Saito once again applying the pressure. Oh, and goes too hard. So what worked? Whoa, man, I swear, Turk gets more contact. Look at this three-wheel motion. Oh, that right is tucked. Is that gonna? Okay, it looks all right. I think just a lot of weight was on that back right corner.
Well, the initial look here seems to be Daigo at fault for the contact, but you know, Turk took advantage of the drying conditions on the bank and was able to pull a gap there. And then you can see Daigo, as we go back to the bank, you can see more wisps of smoke coming up here as Turk takes advantage of it. Daigo sees it quickly, gets on it. He's able to close the gap here. Now it gets wet down on the course. Daigo is right on the back bumper here. Turk goes wide. Daigo tries to stay on the inside. Over rotates, makes contact with Turk. We'll confirm if Daigo's at fault there, but after that.
Now Saito out front, Turk giving chase. So Saito coming down the pipe in initiating into the bank. Middle line here for Saito, not as tall as Turk comes down. Saito, great degree of angle. Now this is where Saito had that mistake, and oh, buddy. Saito going up on the bank, listen to those things just banging away. Transitioning into the final front clipping point and into that final clipping zone. Keeping it between the lines is Turk as Saito went off on that second rear clipping zone. Ryan Turk, and it seems like they will be stoked out as Ryan Turk gets the victory, taking out Daigo Saito. Osbo leading Rockstar Energy Scion TC. Castro, E3 spark plug, 370Z, not any better for Castro, but Osbo maintains that angle high on the bank. Castro struggling in the chase position here in the wet. Oh, but Osbo, quick correction, but re-initiates it out. I don't think that's definitely a mistake. He's got to be faulted for that. But Castro right now really struggling here in these conditions. Osbo creeping through the course, crawling through that last clipping zone. You can see getting both cars in full frame. Seconds behind is Castro. Here they come. Castro out front, E3 spark plug. Oh, Osbo with a correction, straightening up. Oh, Osbo. And Castro working it and coming to a halt. Whoa. And it looks like Osbo back on course. A quick little pit stop there up on the bank. And Osbo continues through. All right, here we go, make it official. Osbo gets the win. Frederick Osbo gets the win. Rockstar Energy Drink Scion TC on hand-cooked tires. And with every moment that rain does not come down, the course is drying, so that's a great sign. Here we go, Denofa throws it in hard. The BC Racing BMW, Pat Murdaunt doing the same. Lower on the bank, allowing Denofa to get past him, obviously. Whoa, Pat Murdaunt, good composure there. Oh, and Murdaunt, just as I say that, spins out. Denofa keeps on keeping on. Off the start line. Drift Paddocks, Falcon Tires, Koenig Wheels, 350Z out front. Look at the separation here. Now Murdaunt has that spin. What's going to happen now? As Murdaunt goes through the course, Denofa keeping his composure against a pretty wild Pat Murdaunt in that Drift Paddock 350Z. A big gap here. Is this considered an inactive chase at this point? It was pretty hard. It was pretty hard to follow Pat out front. But and there it is. Chelsea Denova gets the win. So here we go. JTP Justin Pollock is leading as Yokoi gives chase. Pollock throws it in that Roush Performance Ford Mustang. Nice job. Coming down in the bank, into the puddle. Oh, and Pollock rotates. Woo, Yokoi. So Yokoi now out front. Justin Pollock with that deficit. Wow, listen to that thing. All kinds of ponies. Oh, and Pollock getting to the side of Yokoi. Yokoi fighting back. Japan versus US. Vehicles, drivers, Pollock. Banged up rims, continues on. Battered and bruised. Yokoi, look at this. Both these guys continuing on. Yokoi, Yokohama tires spinning. Justin Pollock, you can see that front left rim is damaged. And Yokoi continues on. And Justin Pollock, he knew he needed to throw it down. Just pushed too hard. Make some noise for Yokoi and Justin Pollock.
Let's take a look at this replay. I mean, obviously a lot of action here. Let's watch the brake lights of both drivers up on top to make sure, yeah, it just looks like Justin pushes a little bit too hard. I was going to keep an eye on the top brake lights there if Yokoi, you know, is slowing up at all. You know,
it looks like Yokoi will be advancing on. Slide him left for Masashi Yokoi as the Roush Performance Falcon tires Ford Mustang. It's going to be parked in the pits, but big battle. So you guys are witnessing a really cool battle here in New Jersey, and it's going down in the 16. So imagine if that person goes further, more points are at stake. Here we go. Christopher Forsberg, Nasser Drink, 370 Xeon Hankook tires. Odie Bakshi sliding those Nitto tires. Forsberg high in the bank. Odie Bakshi applying the pressure. Now, let's play in the wet. Forsberg with angle, comes to a spin, over rotates. So Forsberg rotates. Here we go. Forsberg needs to apply the pressure, needs to let it all hang out. And Odie Bakshi, if he continues on with the course, he will maintain his points lead and continue here in New Jersey. Odie Bakshi comes down. Forsberg once again rotates. So that issue, if Odie Bakshi completes this run, he'll lock it in. Or actually, regardless, it's over. That should be a wrap for Forsberg.
That's right.
Going to the judges, you could see Odie waiting. Forsberg, I'm sure frustrated. Slide him left. Odie Bakshi gets the win. Odie Bakshi gets the win and advances on to the Grade 8.
Well, here we are, our first battle in the Grade 8. Ken Gushi, #1 qualifier, taking on Ryan Turk, #9 championship implications here. If Ken Gushi wants to make his way into the top 3 in the championship standings, he needs to get through Ryan Turk. So another big battle here as both drivers set to the line, and Ken Gushi will take the lead. Oh, big mistake right there by Gushi in the lead position. Now Turk adjusting.
And Ryan Turk, look at that, sliding in right behind the Goosh. And Gushi going up on the bank. A correction by Goosh. Fighting back these twin FRSs. As look at this, we're getting drier conditions, and you're seeing them grab some traction as Turk and Gushi go back and forth. Gushi giving chase. Here we go. Ryan Turk will be leading. Ken Gushi dropping in. Look at that. A little hop, skip, and a jump. Oh, another mistake by Ken Gushi. Ryan Turk up on the wall. All right, coming into the wet. Look at Ken Gushi lunging forward. You're seeing the bumpers flex as Ken Gushi jumps up front. Woo! Look at this car control from Gushi. Goes beyond the car. Oh man, these guys are fighting right now. It is a dogfight. Gushi jumps up. Oh, doctor, look at this. Bumper to bumper, Ryan Turk, door banging, make some noise, New Jersey! Oh man, an absolute boxing match, a barroom brawl from Formula Drift veterans, Gushi and Turk.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. Gushi knows he's at a deficit. He makes another mistake on the bank right there, trying to stay close to Ryan Turk. Ryan Turk not phased. Nice job on the inside clip. Watch that. Just glazing Ryan Turk's bumper. Gushi gets offline, comes up on the inside here. These will be mistakes for him, but obviously it's impressive maintaining the proximity and then coming back around. Gushi trying to find a way to fit right up on the inside of Ryan Turk, and Turk is just out front, mellow, chill. He's got a really good line here, and then Gushi hits him not once but twice. Turk stays in it, locks through, and that is unbelievable. Nice job by both competitors. Gushi making some mistakes and Ryan Turk hanging in there, but that was one of the funnest battles we've seen all day.
Ryan the target Turk, because everybody takes shooting practice at him. As Ryan Turk gets the win, Dean Carnage Carney against Forrest Wang. But, you know, we keep talking about the championship. It's critical because we're at round 4, but it's always great to get those points. And Forrest Wang, he's up in the mix as well as Dean Carnage Carney. You know, going for the championship-wise, not necessarily, but they want to get that victory. Look at more smoke. Dry conditions, they keep getting drier. Dean Carney lunges forward. Now, all these guys have seen wet conditions, so you have to change mentally. You're preparing yourself for a pretty slick track. And now, whoa, it starts to lunge forward. Look at that, more smoke down the far side of the track. That was a slower portion, but now things and Annie's up right now. Oh, that was interesting. Look at Forrest Wang kind of slowing down Dean. It allowed him, Dean Carney, to catch up. Dean Carnage Carney leading. Forrest Wang giving chase, throwing it in to the clipping zone. Nice job by Dean getting high on the bank. Oh. Forrest Wang exploding that Super Duke front bumper. No, it actually did explode. Held together. Look at him just pushing it around the track. The Super Duke kit taking a licking and keeping on ticking. Oh! Dean fights back. Oh man, absolute carnage out here. Man. Ryan, let's take a look at this. It got ugly.
Yeah, here we go. Dean Carney out front, Forrest Wang in the chase position. Dean getting a good jump right here, nice and high on the bank, right up in that, next to that railing. Now coming off the bank. Surging attack right there, explosive front bumper by Forrest Wang. Dangerous position to be in if that thing gets under one of the front tires and sticks. We've seen that before. Dean nice and wide here. Forrest getting really aggressive. Make some contact there. We'll verify who's at fault. Obviously, the run shut down after that point.
All right, as Ryan, you said, there's that presence and looming clear and present danger of this weather coming in, so we're trying to expedite and get done with this. So Dean Carnage Carney grabs the victory. Dean Carnage Carney grabs the victory and advances on to the Final Four. So it'll be Turk versus Carney in the Final Four on that side. So Osbo and Denofa. Here we go. Osbo will lead. Denofa will give chase. We're in the Nitto Tire, grade 8. Rockstar Energy Drink Scion TC comes into that first rear clipping zone. Look at Denofa applying the pressure, but Osbo with great composure out front, dropping into that first front clip. Denofa gets out of shape and offline as Osbo comes into the crease. No problem. Here we go. Finishes it out. Comes that second front clip. Denofa right there, lacking the angle that Osbo does, but has the proximity, and that's a big correction for Denofa, unfortunately. Osbo will now chase down Chelsea Denofa. Here we go, coming into that first rear clipping zone, and the big wall. Denofa looking strong, high on the bank. Osbo lunges forward. Denofa, you can hear him kind of lift coming into that second rear clipping zone. Osbo keeping it consistent, and that signature Denofa wild style comes on into that final clipping zone. And Denofa or Osbo sliding right. Frederick Osbo gets the win. So Odie out front, Yokoi giving chase. And here we go. Odie Bakshi's faint entry coming in. Yokoi, can he back up these sensational runs that we've seen all day? Here we go into the wet. Odie Bakshi's coming in. Yokoi. Whoa, door to door, wheel to wheel, nosing in. Yokoi. Look at that. Kudos to Odie. Not affected, keeps on keeping on. To me, that would seem that Yokoi was at fault there, but again, props to Odie for keeping it sideways and not getting shaken.
Well, the real aggressive move by Yokoi on the inside, very impressive here as Odie takes the lead out front, mid-high line on the bank. Yokoi staying with him right there, eyeing a place where he can attack. And this is it right here as he comes up on the inside. Both drivers on the brakes. Odie right there, and Yokoi get into it a little bit. Odie stays in drift, does not affect him, makes a little bit of contact there. Great job by Odie Bakshi's keeping his composure. Yokoi stays on it. Both drivers back around now into this last outer zone. You can see the track getting drier and drier, but clouds looming overhead.
Okay, here we go. Second half of this battle. Yokoi out front. Bakshi's giving chase. Nice job by Yokoi. Odie now in the chase position, shadowing properly. How are we going to execute this here in the second rear clipping zone? Yokoi into the crease. Bakshi's dialing it in. Odie Bakshi showing you why he's our current Formula Drift points leader. challenging a fierce Yokoi. And there's Bakshis. Oh, so comfortable, solid showing by Odi Bakshis. Arc performance, field suspension, Nitto tires, S14. Ryan, that was solid.
You're watching two of the best, no doubt about it. As Yokoi comes out strong, nice and high on the bank. Odi right there on the attack, door-to-door action on the bank. Both drivers come down. Yokoi, nice job on that inside clip. Odi backs off for a second, looking for a place to attack right here on the second outer zone. Nice job by Yokoi, skating deep right there as Odi now comes up on the inside. Yokoi perfect on that inside clip. Odi right here sees an opening, gets up on the inside, super close to Yokoi, really applying the pressure here, and then across the finish line, door-to-door action. Look at that, they give thumbs up to each other. That was awesome.
That's right. Three judges, Andy, Brian, and Ryan. One more time. Brian and Ryan. Odi Bakshis and Ryan Lantain says, Masashi Yokoi. So, yep. So, one more time is about to hit. Here we go. Odi Bakshis with that feint action. Look at Yokoi out of the gate. Odi Bakshis high on the bank. Look at Bakshis. Yokoi comes down. Good weight transfer. Coming into that second rear clipping zone. Solid job. Yokoi nosing in. Yokoi really finding his, just clicking right now, finding his piece. But Odi Bakshis, look at him. I mean, he's showing you once again why he's our current Formula Drift points leader. Make some noise for Bakshis and Yokoi.
Well, you can see just that little glistening that came down immediately changes the track conditions, but Yokoi is no stranger to driving in the rain, makes an adjustment right there, gets super close to Odi, setting a very high standard on the bank right there. But Odi Bakshis maintains his composure, stays out front on a nice line right here. Yokoi really getting close. This is going to be a challenge for Odi to try to make the same kind of attempt in the chase position, and Yokoi is going to have to come down with a solid lead. Both drivers doing exactly what they need to do here. Yokoi backs off for a second, finds another location to try to come up on the inside, as Odi maintains a great line and a lot of angle coming across the finish line with Yokoi right in tow.
Odi Bakshis chasing down the Japanese driver, that is Masashi Yokoi. Here we go. Yokoi, light him up. Coming down the bank, past that first front clip. As Yokoi, great angle, good composure by both the drivers. Look at Bakshis, we've seen this before, and out comes the beast. Odi Bakshis, door to door, wheel to wheel. New-Jersey, make some noise, would you? Woo! Man, the victory, it is not given up, it is earned in this instance.
Wow.
Woo!
Odi comes back with an incredible chase. We knew that he had to do it, and we knew that Yokoi needed a strong lead. Both drivers coming out strong. Yokoi nice and high on the bank. Odi Bakshis right there. Now watch this dive in right here. Just on the attack is Odi door to door. It's almost as if it was the exact same run prior where Yokoi was in the chase position. Odi stays with him. Now there's less of a gap right there on that section of the course, and then Odi dives in earlier than Yokoi did on the previous run. That might be the difference here between these two if you take a look at them side by side. But an incredible lead and an incredible chase by both drivers.
What do you guys think? Yokoi or Bakshis? Yokoi gets the victory. Look at that, Masashi Yokoi gets the win. So this is our first battle of the Final Four. Ryan Turk, Dean Carnage Carney. Here we go. Ryan Turk qualified 9th, Carney qualified 21st. So Ryan Turk throws it in to the bank. Nice job by Ryan Turk out front. We're getting those drier conditions. More smoke is being created. Dean Carnage Carney, look at that, wheel to wheel. Nice job by Carney. Look at this. Dean Carney all over Ryan Turk. Some separation here. You have to think that Dean was kind of pedaling back, and then Ryan Turk just launches away from the Irish driver. So Ryan Turk brings it on home. What's funny is Ryan Turk, I know he's going to Ireland. They're undefeated on their own territory. So I don't know if Ryan Turk wants to win this to beat an Irish driver as he goes over to Ireland.
Well, he's doing a great job so far, as is Dean Carney. Both drivers putting on an incredible show as Turk fills that outer zone perfectly. Dean dives in right here. Look at this, door to door. No contact here, just great drifting. And then right there, just a little bit of a mistake as Kearney has to adjust, giving Turk an ability to run away. 2 to 3 car lengths here as Dean tries to catch up. More grip being made out on the course now, as you see. More smoke coming from these vehicles. So it's a really good lead run by Ryan Turk. Dean Carney had his moments where...
Here we go, Dean Carnage Carney, regardless, the winner is going to the finals. Dean initiates into the bank. Nice job by Dean. High on the bank is Dean Carney. Nice. Oh! And Turk rotates. He goes off course. Dean Carnage Carney is about to take out Ryan Turk if he keeps it between the lines and tight into that front clip. And it looks like Dean Carnage Carney, that Oracle Lighting Dodge Viper on Achilles radials. I know Ryan Turk has a lot of fans here in the building and should be sliding left, and there it is. Dean Carnage Carney gets the victory. Dean Carney is going to the finals. So Osbo, Yokoi. Here we go. Osbo initiates into the wetness, into the bank, dragging bumper. Yokoi is right there in the wet. Bringing it on down, a little counter steer there from Frederick Osbo, but Yokoi closing that gap. Wheel to wheel, door to door once again. This is where they gained, or they lost a lot of speed. Look at the wheel speed. Yokoi, a big correction there. E-breaks it in as Osbo continues through the course. Yokoi and Osbo slow motion drifting, quite a contrast from what we just saw moments ago to now this.
Well, Japan versus Norway, wet conditions here. Look at the degree of difficulty coming into the bank here. Frederick Osbo is super high on the bank, but Yokoi is right there with them, right up against that railing. Watch the transition here. Both drivers hang on to a little bit of a flub right there by Osbo in the lead position. Osbo takes a nice wide line here as Yokoi right up alongside the back bumper, and now side by side. Now Yokoi on the transition here. Watch right there, loses angle for a second, straightens out, falls back a little bit. That should be a deduction, sizable deduction for Masashi Yokoi. So Osbo, on first glance, getting the better of that run here, but now Yokoi will have an opportunity to lead as the wind and the rain continues to come down heavily.
Here we go. Yokoi will lead. Windshield wipers are on. These guys are running the same tires they ran in. No special tires. As here we go. Yokoi leads, Osbo chases. Yokoi tied to that front clip. Now Yokoi had that correction where he straightened out here on the second half of this course, or second half of what used to be the figure eight. Osbo, good composure there in the chase position. Yokoi yanking the e-brake into the rear clipping zone and coming on home. Make some noise for Osbo and Yokoi.
Oh, wow. Almost get into it right there.
Post finish line. All right, take a look at it again, Ryan.
So Yokoi out in front, Osbo in the chase position. Osbo holding good angle right there as Yokoi nice and high on the bank, almost rubbing the guardrail. Now coming off the bank is Yokoi. Nice job on that inside clip. Both drivers doing well in the rain here. As we can see, Yokoi getting deep into that outer zone. Frederick Osbo right there. Good action right here. Both drivers very close together as Yokoi comes off that outer zone a little bit early. Frederick Osbo taking a measured approach, waiting for the time to attack. He attacks right here, right up alongside of Masashi Yokoi as Yokoi tries to stay wide, and both drivers sluggishly get across the finish line as the rain now coming down much harder and the traction gets worse. Here we go. The judges' scorecards going to the finals.
Here we go. Who's going to the finals? Frederick Osbo is going to the finals. Frederick Osbo is going to the finals. Now, here we go. Frederick Osbo. Dean Carnage Carney will wait in between. Look at Osbo dragging bumper, going for another win like he did in Long Beach. Dean Carnage Carney trying to chase him down in less than ideal conditions. These guys dancing, walking on water here. Call this Jesus drifting as Frederick Osbo slowly brings it into that final rear clipping zone. Make some noise, New Jersey, Osbo and Kearney.
Things are getting crazy here.
Yeah, take a look at it again. The wind is really blazing.
Well, here we go. You can see Dean tucking up behind Frederick Osbo. Osbo shooting to stay as high on the bank as he possibly can. Nice job right there. Now watch as Dean comes off the bank. He has a little bit of a mistake right there. He straightens out, then he has to get back into drift. Outside of that, Osbo stays pretty consistent in the lead position. You can see Dean Kearney really trying to get as close as he possibly can without making contact here. Very slick conditions out on course. Nice job of car control by both drivers in these conditions as we start to see some standing water out there in certain areas. And Dean Kearney super close to Frederick Osbo right across the finish line. So Frederick Osbo still needs to have a good chase here, and Dean needs to have an excellent lead. Looking for Osbo to make an equal mistake like he did. Both drivers at the line.
All right, New Jersey, this is it. This is for the top of the box. On three, let's send it. Let's do a wave here. Starting closest to the bank, stand on your feet. 1, 2, 3, send it! Come on, get a wave going. You guys have stuck around here. Keep it going. There you go. Raise your umbrellas at least. There you go. All right, here we go. Dean Carnage Carney initiating into the rear clipping zone. Frederick Osbo right there. A yellow and black shadow. Slow motion down. Ew. Dean Carney rolling over that front clip. Shallow line from Dean Carney, Osbo. Wheel to wheel. Now Dean pulling away from Osbo. You can see that left foot braking of Dean out front. Osbo having to tap the brakes. Dean tapping the brakes again, hitting that big puddle on the far side of the track. Throwing it back out there, a little smoke. It looks like they're more making steam here. Make some noise, New Jersey!
Well, not quite what you would call a barn burner and no smoke out on course, but definitely the highest level of car control by both drivers. Now, both drivers have had an opportunity to run this course in the wet conditions as a practice run. And you can see right here, it's really paying off as the conditions have ever changed. Nice job by Dean Carney on the bank. Frederick Osbo with him right there. Both drivers now shooting into this second outer zone. Dean cuts the line a little bit. Now, will this be the difference here? Dean taking a shallower line than Frederick Osbo did in that section of the course. Osbo adjusts, stays with him. Good transition back around here. Nice angle right there by Dean Carney in the lead position. Frederick Osbo not phasing the chase, trying to stay close but not make contact. As we get right to the finish line, Osbo buttons it up here and stays so close to Dean Carney across the finish.
Ryan Turk grabs third place. Ryan Turk grabs third place. And now, all announced second place. And you'll know who gets the win. Second place, here at round 4 of the Formula Drift Championship presented by GoPro. Has podiumed before, is an international driver, and pilots the Oracle Lighting Dodge Viper on Achilles radial tires. Dean Carnage Carney grabs second place here in New Jersey. And that means your winner here at round 4 in Jersey in the Rockstar Energy Drink Scion TC on Hankook tires is Frederick the Norwegian Hammer Osbo. Osbo grabs the victory. Dean Carney grabs second. Ryan Turk grabs third. That's your podium, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Turk going into that first rear clipping zone, initiating. Matchy to that marker. Look at Yokoi applying the pressure. Are we going to see Yokoi? Whoa! Oh, doctor, look at this. Fire. Woo! Going back to the future is Yokoi. See what happened there. Make some noise for Yokoi and Ryan Turk. 88 miles per hour.